This story is about a happily married couple Prabhu and Aruna and how their lives got changed after Prabhu lost his job and Aruna became the breadwinner of the family. Situations forced Prabhu to become more feminine and eventually become a housewife serving Aruna. Morning 8 a.m. I woke up slowly hearing the loud voice of my wife Aruna. Today is her first day in office after 3 years. She worked as a software engineer before our marriage and earned 50k per month. Since I was working in a good position in a software company and had very good salary package which was good enough for our family, I also had a decent savings and bought an apartment in heart of the city. I asked her to stay at home and be a housewife. Initially she felt boring and frustrated being at home and doing all household chores. Slowly she got used to her new life taking care of our house. My mother and didn't bother much. Even when my mother passed away last year, I was expecting she will talk to me about going to work, but it seems she lost her interest and didn't start the topic. I am Prabhu, aged 32, happily married with Aruna, aged 27. Life went smooth and happy. We loved each other, went for holidays, celebrated our anniversary, birthday and had a good plan for the rest our life. All went well until that bad morning. I got a bad news that screwed up my life. We have recently developed an app for our banking client and I lead the project. Due to an unknown bug in that app caused a major security breach and the debit card information of thousands of users was stolen by the hackers and crores of money was debited from our customer's bank account. This led to a series of unfortunate events and the deal between our company and the banking customer was broken. This resulted in a huge financial loss and all the employees from that project including me got dismissed immediately from our company. All these things happened within couple of days and I was completely shocked and devastated. I was not able to convince my company and not able to get any compensation. They threatened me of blacklisting and I had no option of leaving the company. Within 2 days, I have become jobless and it was absolute shock to our family. I was unable to control my tears and cried like anything. My wife tried to console me. We planned all our life based on my career and now we are not sure how we are going to manage my housing loan, car loan and personal loan we took. We were mostly silent for 2 days after that shock and my wife supported me and gave me hope that I can look for job in other companies. Slowly, I started looking for new jobs and applied for few companies. At the same time the news of that incident and our company's loss was all over in the media. When I applied for new jobs, seeing my previous company and customer, they found that I was dismissed due to that issue and no one was ready to hire me. 2 months passed and I am jobless at home. We started feeling heat of the repaying the loans and our savings started to decrease. One day my wife suggested that she will go for work and will support the family until I get a good job. Though I was feeling guilty of being jobless and sending my wife for work, I had no other option and I accepted her proposal. She applied for jobs in Naukri and attended few interviews. Finally, she got selected in one of the MNC company for monthly salary 50k. We both were very happy that day and had a nice dinner in a restaurant. We decided to forget the past and plan for my future. She told me to take some time and decide what to do next. Today is her first day of work and she is getting ready to office. I slept till 8 and she was scolding me to help her in getting the joining documents ready. When she left for work by 9 a.m., she had prepared breakfast and lunch for me and asked me to get rest and take care. Though I am happy for my wife as she restarted her career, I felt worried about my uncertain career and how long I'm going to stay jobless. 2 months passed since my wife Aruna started her work. She now works as a team leader and she got adjusted to the new company, her team and bosses. Since her customer is in the UK, her work time is from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. She even work over weekend or at home, if there any issues. It's common in IT. And I didn't see any issues. Aruna is a dedicated worker and she enjoys her job. On the other hand, my life started boring as my daily routine is eating, sleeping and watching TV. I applied for different jobs and waited for interview calls. Since I don't have any new or demanding skills in my resume, I didn't get many calls and over time I didn't get any response. I thought an idea to start my own startup software company. I explained my idea to my wife and she suggested to talk to my friends and get some funds to start, as we don't have enough money to invest. I tried speaking to my best friends, but I couldn't get their buy-in or most of them didn't respond. Slowly all these issues started to hit our love life. Earlier we did love at least weekly thrice, but recently there is a big gap between us. Apart from the office work, she had to do all the houseworks like cooking, shopping, dishwashing etc. Aruna used to manage all these, since I was busy in searching for jobs and planning for new startup. Because of all these works, she becomes very tired and she falls asleep quickly in the night, and even when I try to start some romance, she started avoiding me. Even though Aruna tried to manage, her frustration started slowly in. She sometimes shows her anger in her work or while speaking to me. Now that I have become more free, her frustration started to creep. I have always felt household works are only for girls and my mom never allowed to do any houseworks or never allowed me to cook. With the same attitude, I convinced my wife to be a housewife after our marriage. One day my wife had a big argument and fight with me on helping her in the kitchen. She started showing all her anger to me and I had no way to defend my laziness. She didn't cook that day and went to office and didn't speak to me. After lot of thought I called her and apologized. I told her that we will find a housemaid to take the load from her. I promised her that I'm doing courses and very soon I will get a good job. Finally, she got convinced and agreed to get a housemaid. We checked in our apartment and finally appointed one housemaid Kamla to take care of the houseworks. Kamla is a middle-aged woman with a kid. Things slowly got settled and my wife is happy. But I know it's just a temporary solution and I need to get into a job quickly to avoid any further issues between us. 2 months later, things now started to settle with my wife concentrating on her job and houseworks are taken care by Kamla. I'm doing some courses and hoping to get a job very soon and get my pride back. I always thought Aruna as a kind and soft person. But when I see the way she talks to her team in calls, I've seen another face of Aruna, of a very strict manager. I was not sure if it was her nature always or our recent family issues made her to behave so strong. I was surprised when her team members call her as Madam or G. My wife didn't ask them to call her by name. When I jovially asked her about that, she said, if she is more strict and dominant to her team, it will help her to get the work from them properly, and also she likes it when people give her more respect. One day my wife told that hereafter she will go to office in her colleague Surya's bike. Surya lives in a nearby apartment and works as a TL in her office. When she realized my face expression got changed after hearing the name Surya. She said, "Don't get shocked dear, Surya is a short name of Suryakala, my colleague and friend. It's easy to go in bike in this traffic than office cab. Next day we both waited outside our apartment for Surya. Suddenly a bike raced in front of us and stopped with a wheeling. When I was about to shout on that person, the person opened the helmet and Aruna shouted Surya. OMG. She was completely opposite from the picture I had in my mind. I was expecting a young girl with salva or tops riding a scooty, but in reality, she rode a race bike and wearing a tight black skinny jeans and a black tight t-shirt. She had a perfect figure and had a nice golden blonde hair with curls only till her shoulder. She is fair color with a bright red matte lipstick. She also had a tattoo in her arms. When she gave a handshake, I could feel she is well built with good muscles. She must be going to the gym regularly. My wife introduced her to me as her friend, and after a small chat, they both left to the office in their bike. Even though I like traditional girls, Surya's image stuck in my eyes and I was attracted by her structure and her figure-hugging dress. I was worrying that Surya's attitude should not have an influence on Aruna. That night I had a dream of Aruna in a tight jeans and t-shirt with a coolers, with a boy cut racing a sports bike and I'm sitting in the back seat holding her hips. I didn't even realize that the dream had a huge wet spot in my underwear. Slowly it has become a routine that Aruna goes to office with Surya daily in her bike. Aruna and Surya became good friends as well. Few times Surya visited our home while dropping Aruna. Surya will refer my wife as babe or darling, and sometimes Aruna also refers to her as babe. I have always noticed Surya wearing only skinny jeans and t-shirt, and she had a small stud in one ear like a tomboy. Aruna told that Surya is born and brought up in the US and now her family moved to India and she is staying alone in her own apartment. Now it made sense about Surya's dressing and her attitude. In few weeks, I completed my course and applied for few interviews. The course cost around 1 lakh. My wife initially didn't agree to spend huge amount. Finally, after few days of convincing her, she agreed and gave the amount. Slowly my wife started managing our bank accounts. She manages all the shopping and ME herself. Once I asked her about monthly expenses and she told that she don't need to give all details to me, and in a harsh tone she asked me to get a job soon and do justice for the 1 lakh. Until then she will control the financial stuffs herself and got pay access to my net banking and my debit card. Slowly I was losing my control over the family, and these days when I asked for money, she used to ask lot of questions before giving the money. I was hoping that I'll definitely get the job quickly and will stop my wife's domination. I'm going through a tough phase in my life as I'm now jobless for over 6 months. I slowly started losing hope that I'll get my career back. One day, Kamla, our maid, was late to work. My wife went to office saying that she will have food in the office and once Kamla is at home she will cook for me. In the afternoon Kamla showed up and she apologized that her kid was sick and she had to take her to the hospital. Since I was too hungry, I asked her to go and cook faster. Seeing my urgency, she asked me to help her by cutting some vegetables. I was not able to tolerate a housemaid asking me to do cooking work. I became too furious and started scolding her. She also got angry and teased me saying I am simply wasting my time as house husband and at least do some houseworks. Her words touched my male ego and instantly I raised hands to slap her. She got shocked and started crying and immediately left the house saying that she will not come to work hereafter. Aruna got angry when she heard about the issue. She started scolding that I have become useless and causing lot of problems. I was trying to convince her, but she hit back saying that I've behaved wrong with a good maid and no one will come to work. As the news got spread to other maids as well. That night she didn't speak to me. I myself got irritated on my attitude and wanted to correct this situation. I now had only option to help Aruna in her work. That way I'll reduce her anger. That night when we were in our bed, I slowly said that I will help her in kitchen works. Aruna, still in angry, told that hereafter I need to take care of all the household works including cooking. She will train in me in 2 to 3 days and after that I need to take care of everything. I had no other option other than accepting it, and I slowly nodded my head that I will do. Prabhu doing household works. Next day I entered into the world of household works. Initially it was too difficult handling all those works and my scolds me whenever I do mistake. Within few days I improved and started doing all the works myself. Only for cooking my wife allowed me to see her cooking first and helped me while cooking. In few weeks, I've been able to do all the household works including cooking. Aruna is very happy to see me active and engaged in houseworks. Whenever my preparation is nice, she used to praise me a lot. I started liking it very much and I was careful while cooking and made sure I prepare tasty food. I also made sure that I should always act as per my wife's expectations to avoid any fight between us. Prabhu cooking food. In fact, now I do not wait for any instructions from my wife. From morning till night, I started doing all the works properly on time. My wife's friends in office used to taste my dishes and praised my wife got a very good husband who cooks so nicely, and they were jealous on my wife. All these things brought back happiness in our life. With me doing all the works in the house. Now Aruna found lot of free time and she started spending more time on her interests. Recently Aruna has started putting on some weight, and as per Surya's advice, she started going to gym along with Surya. Slowly, I could see Aruna lose her weight, and due to the weight training, she started to gain some muscles in her arms. One more thing that surprised me is that Aruna started learning to ride the bike like Surya. When Aruna expressed her desire to ride the bike, Surya was ready to train her. Aruna riding bike now along with gym, going to office parties. My wife has started riding the bike like a guy. Funny part is that I was too busy with cooking and cleaning, unable to notice all these changes happening between us. One day, I asked Aruna to give some money for my haircut. She thought for a moment and then stopped me saying, "Baby, don't do haircut, since you are now jobless for more than 6 months. Pray to God that you will not cut your hair until you get a job, and then once you get a job, we will go Tirupati, famous Hindu temple, and you do a head shave and offer your prayers." I also thought that it is good idea and agreed immediately. Since I lost hope that I will get job with my skills, my only hope is to pray God. She also advised me to pray to God's daily and go to temple on Fridays, and that will be good to the family. Thus, I started to grow my hair, and she gave her shampoo and conditioner and told me to use them as my hair will be soft and smooth, so I can handle them properly without any mess. One day I washed all my daily wear clothes and dried it in our balcony. I forgot to pick up the clothes in the evening, and overnight it rained heavily with huge winds. In the morning when I saw, the rope got cut and all my clothes were thrown away and fall on the ground. All my clothes were soaked, wet and become dirty with mud. I have no other clothes than one I'm wearing now, and rest all got spoiled. Old clothes in the house were not fitting me anymore. After taking bath, I was wearing my jeans and shirt and was doing cooking. My wife asked me, "Baby, why are you wearing jeans? It won't be comfortable to do works with these clothes." I explained her what has happened and asked her to buy some new daily wear clothes for me. She accepted and told we will go to shopping in the weekend, and to manage till then, I shall wear her dresses. I was taken back by her idea and told, "I can't wear women's dresses." She told that, "I am not asking me to wear saris. Just wear my night dresses and you will feel comfortable." I hesitantly accepted, and she gave one of her black nightie with net design. I told her, "You don't have anything that's less girly?" She told, "It is not girly. It's just some flower patterns. These days even men wear floral printed shirts. Anyway, you are in home, why do you need to be too formal? And wear dull colors. You will look good in bright colors." I couldn't convince her, and I have no option as well. I took the nightie from her and I wore it. It was funny that I'm wearing such a dress that's covering me from top to bottom. But I liked the material very much, as it was too soft. And it was perfect fit for my body. Aruna got excited to see me in nightie and commented that, "It looks very nice, baby. You look very fresh with bright colors. I always saw you in boring colors with plain or stripes. You really look pretty in this dress. Hereafter, you should wear these colors regularly." Seeing her excitement, I went to see myself in the mirror. The nightie was perfect for my figure and in correct length. Like my wife said, the color and pattern looks nice on me. However, I felt that the dress looked bit awkward on me. It looked like a fancy dress competition, as my manly face was not matching the dress. When I told my wife about that, she told, "If you feel that it is not matching your face, come, let me do you some makeup. And will suit you to the dress. But I will not let you remove this dress, it fits you nicely and you look so pretty." I told her, "It's fine, I don't need makeup and all," and started my cooking work. Over the next 2 days, she gave me nightie to wear, and I noticed that day by day the dress was becoming more girly. Second day, she gave in another nightie with more plain patterns and designs in front. When I asked her to give something else with less bright color and design, she told me that, "I have only these nighties, you should wear this only." The third day, she gave me another nightie, but it was of satin material. It felt very nice and soft material, and when it touched my body it was too smooth. Unlike other nighties, this one had different V-neck design and frills. I didn't ask any question about the dress when Aruna gave that to me, and in fact, I started to like the comfort of the nightie. I saw myself in mirror many times that day and was admiring the nice material and flow of the nightie in my body. Next day we both went to a shopping mall and wife bought few new nightie in dark purple, baby pink, yellow and red colors. She also bought few pairs of men's t-shirt, jeans and track pants. That night once we reached home, Aruna was arranging the new clothes in our wardrobe. Seeing Aruna arranging the new nighties in my cupboard, I asked her that, "Is she arranging the clothes by mistake?" She replied, "No babe. I bought these nighties for you only. You looked very pretty in nightie and I want you to wear them when you are at home and feel comfortable. Anyway, you are at home only. What's wrong in wearing beautiful pretty clothes?" When I opened my mouth to say something, she came near me and shut my mouth with her finger. "Shush," she said. We were just standing so close and she pushed me to our bed and she hugged me. When I was about to get up, she slowly removed my dresses. It has been so long we made love, and today Aruna started initiating, and I was keeping silent and feeling Aruna's strong arms over my body, and we were having a great love-making session after a long time. She came on top me and started to ride me. We both were out of this world and had a nice romantic love-making session. We were lying in our bed for some time, and then Aruna kissed my cheeks and said, "Darling, I want you to try your new nighties. Make yourselves clean. I will get nighties for you."